Hello and welcome to the Black and Gold Playoff Special. Pedro, we've got a lot to catch up on here, so let's cast our minds all the way back. Elgin City on a Tuesday night last week.
Yeah, Elgin away.
First leg of the playoffs to get through to the playoff final. A brilliant win, 4-2 over the period. Good game?
Up there it was. I think first half, I think we absolutely battered them, Cammy, if I'm going to be honest. Elgin up there, I thought we did. We were excellent. We pressed high, scored some great goals. It was a 4-1 we went in at the break, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4-1 at half time. Tommy Goss scored as well. He was back, but then he got substituted. That was probably the dampener of the night, was it?
Aye. Yeah, he just felt something, so we thought,
take him off.
aye, might as well kind of look after him. And felt comfortable in the first half, if I'm going to be honest. They scored. In fact, it was Tommy that got the own goal.
Right. So you got a double.
It was a great ball, and an assist. I think he did and all. I thought we battered them. Such a high tempo. They come in the second half when Elgin's ground. Have you played at Elgin's?
I've played at Elgin, yep.
So when you're coming down the hill a wee bit and they're just pumping it into you, so we still got to get over half a lot. We had another couple of breakaway chances, but they
plus
did
you've got that lead as well, so you naturally would sit back 4-1 up. They obviously get a goal back.
Yeah.
What was the thoughts after the game? Was it obviously
it
positive?
couldn't have been a better start. Obviously, without conceding, it couldn't have been a better start to take down the road. You would have probably subconsciously took a draw.
Aye, you would have.
Before the game, just to get them down at Annan and stay in the tie. So it was really good to come away with a 2-0 kind of advantage. Or 2-goal advantage, sorry.
And it's always difficult because they are the underdogs, because Annan obviously in a higher league, and again they would be thinking that, you know what, we're underdogs here. It's all the pressure's on Annan to come out and perform, and he's done that in the first leg, certainly.
Aye, and his manager was saying they were disappointed with the result because they thought they battered us, but there should be no complaints. First half we absolutely dominated them.
Certainly the scoreline tells that story. So you get the 4-2 over the first leg.
Yep.
And then the return legs on Saturday down at Annan, Gallowbank. A decent crowd actually as well. I think there was around 700 odd at the game.
Aye, Elgin had a few down.
Aye, they did.
Didn't
they did. This, which again with the scoreline at 4-2, you're thinking it's a long way to go, but just shows you that they've got
Saturday and all helps, doesn't it?
Aye, it does. But again, loyal supporters, because it's a good fucking 4 or 5 hours, isn't it? It's an absolute trek. So perfect start to the game as well.
Perfect. 1 minute in,
Tommy Muir, 1 minute in,
Muir scores a goal,
which makes it 5-2 on aggregate. And almost, I was at the game and I'm standing there thinking, wow, that's it done. That's what a start from Annan. Looked right, bright, up for it. And then it just kind of wobbled a wee bit, didn't it?
It did, aye. And again, probably they come into it just with a bit of pressure, as maybe having a few individual errors, stuff like that, which started the tide turning for momentum for them coming forward. But again, it got kind of squeaky bum time at the end. But
I think when the goal went in, their first goal, you say you're making errors, and I do agree there was a few kind of individual errors just creeping in, but whether that was, again, the mindset of we're 3 goals up, we're quite comfortable in this tie that we're going to be going through, and we've got another game on Tuesday as well, so players, as you said before, subconsciously start to think that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a natural reaction. But then I think when they scored that goal in the first half, a wee light bulb moment went, oof, it's only 2 goals now, which is a lot closer. So it went in at half time, it was 1 each, and then the second half, Hughes had a corner, I think, and then it was a second phase, and they had a breakaway. Don't get me wrong, there was a couple of errors from defensively from Annan that allowed them to score, but then that puts a lot of pressure because you're down to 1 goal, so it's 1 mistake, 1 wonder goal that gets them into extra time, so it becomes difficult.
It does, and they were flinging everything on. Obviously they changed a couple of boys, which made a difference for them, but held on well.
He's did.
Held on well, good resilience.
I'll tell you what else, somebody else held on very well with 5 minutes to go. The ball comes off
I was wondering where you were going there.
The ball comes off the pitch right next to the dugout, and all I see is this big lanky guy going over and grabbing the ball. So he grabs it like that and he's got it, and the next minute there's a wrestling match at the side of the pitch. Peter Watson, referee comes over, red card, off you pop, doing the And what I would like to say is the first time I've ever been to an Annan game and I've seen him get a standing ovation walking off the pitch. Incredible from the fans. They were all standing, applauding him, cheering. It was probably the biggest cheer of the day. So, did you enjoy that little walk down? Talk us through it from start to finish. Go on.
Again, Cammy, you're trying to wing the clock down.
Yes.
We recognise it from the side that obviously we're under the cosh a wee bit. Ken, we're kind of camped in. Can't even really get out there, just pumping balls back in, a lot of pressure. So you're like, kind of trying to take the pressure off it. Ball hits the fence, and someone in my ear on the bench goes, "Get on that bed, hold the ball." So
naturally, you do what you're told. You do what you're told.
So I just grabbed a hold of the ball and I would like to put on record, before I could even turn around and give the boy the ball, he did push me. So it was self-defence.
Actually, when you do watch it back, there's nothing in it. I was amazed when the referee. It was brilliant comedy value for me to watch. But I was amazed when the ref actually gave. It was a yellow card. You know what I mean? You're stopping the flow of play or whatever, which is fine, but it was no more than a yellow card. It was a little push. He pushed you, as you say, first, and then you kind of nudged him back, and then that was it. And then the ref got a wee bit excited and flashed the red. But I was delighted he'd done it, so I could see the comedy value, and you could get a standing ovation from the Galabank fans.
Stay relevant.
It was
another red for the tally.
Aye. Adds to the tally. You're still doing it, Pete. You're still churning them
still
out.
Got the whole sending off value.
So you hold on, and a great win over the two legs. That's Absolutely. What it was, because they're always, playoff games are so hard because
as you mentioned, we were the underdogs. I feel they were underdogs in league positioning.
Yeah,
but we're coming off finishing the season naturally disappointing because you're down at the bottom. They're coming on with momentum. Oh no, I wouldn't say underdogs at all, but they would come full of confidence.
They did. They're obviously on maybe a slightly better run. I wouldn't say they're banging form or anything, but
to finish the league in third place, was it?
They were fourth. Yeah. So again, they weren't in unbelievable form. But I think the tie at Galabank, what played into their hands is probably they've nothing, like literally nothing to lose. It's 4-2. They're 2 goals down, and when they go 3 goals down, the pressure's off because naturally I'm standing at the side, and this is just my feeling. I thought the game was over. Yeah. I was like, as soon as Tam Muir scored, I'm like, game done. Game done. And again, probably most people around about me thought the exact same.
Someone said they witnessed you with 2 beers standing watching the game.
That's one of them big Homer Simpson beer helmets.
Homosexual. The big Homer Simpson.
I know, but again, so they've got nothing to lose, and then when they score, they get, well, this is getting interesting. So it allows them to get into the game. But again, he's handled it well because he did throw a lot of balls into the box. He's defended well and defended at nervous moments and times when it's hard. You know what I mean? You've got to concentrate, and you showed that resilience. So it was a brilliant result over the 2 legs. Which set you up nicely because East Fife were 1-0 down in the other tie against Edinburgh City. Edinburgh beat them in the first leg 1-0, but then East Fife I think went on to win 3-0. 3-0 in the second leg. So they were comfortable. So it set up a lovely tie away to Meffel, East Fife on Tuesday night. That's just passed. I was there live. BBC Alba, Gaelic. Gaelic. What is it? I keep getting told off about this.
For you, it's Gaelic. But it's
Gaelic. Gaelic bread. No, so it was a good game. It was a very good game. Incidents all over the place. Loads of goals.
It's an exciting game.
Very
for the neutral to watch, wasn't it, I suppose.
Yes. How did you find it? What's your assessment?
Again, they just put us under pressure, Cammy. If I felt like they, and Belly mentioned it, they done us in the first half what I feel like we done Elgin probably. Just really harassed us, never give us any time. Nathan Austin up front, they hassle you well, like they chase everything.
Very experienced team.
Very experienced.
You're looking at Brian Easton at the back, Monroe, the other centre half. You've got Charlton, who's 40 now up front.
McKenna, good quality.
McKenna, really good player.
Who's the boy on the left hand side? With the afro. Left something.
I can't remember his name now.
Lappin.
But he was very good.
He was very good.
And then the second half, they changed for a boy, Jack, and he was good as well.
done really
Healy,
well.
I think,
Healy
possibly,
was,
yeah. But no, you're right. Nathan Austin up front, they chased everything, they made it hard. And again, their home record is very, very good. I'm almost certain they've only been beat twice this season.
By Stranraer,
Yes,
weirdly.
yes.
As I heard
So,
your man on
yeah.
the
So
commentary saying
again, their home record's so strong. So you knew they would come out wanting to take a lead down to Gallowbank, wanting to get at yous. Yous go 1-0 down.
Yeah.
It was a good bit of play from the boy on the left-hand side. He cut in, he got a shot away. Jamie had a brilliant save, but then it's unfortunate. It kind of ricochets, doesn't it?
Aye.
Gets cleared, and then, by the way, Troughton could actually be offside when he toe pokes it in.
Well,
It's very, very close. It's really hard to see on the
someone
camera.
else was arguing about the offside, but they're thinking Aiden's in play, but obviously he's behind the goalie. Aiden's on the line, so he doesn't count. So Troughton, it looks like he's offside, but
because Jamie would be
tell.
more advanced than him.
Aye,
Yes, aye. It's very difficult. It would be very tight, whatever it was. The referee obviously gave the goal. They go 1-0 up, and then you lose another goal in the first half.
from a set
piece, yeah. It was, and McKenna's deliveries were brilliant all night. Really good, right? Whipped in, 6-yard box, difficult to defend. They've got a lot of big bodies as well.
Massive team, I thought.
They're a really big team.
Across the board, they were
well, McKenna, even you're talking, McKenna's massive and he's swinging them in.
Yeah.
But you've got Easton, you've got Austin, you've got Monroe. They're a big physical team. So yeah, it was a free header.
Then big fucking Shaquille O'Neal comes on in the second half. What's his name? Rob?
Jones. Big Jones,
yeah.
striker. What a unit he was.
Fuck, I could motor or not.
Aye, he got a boot. Monroe headers in, free header.
Yep.
You'll be disappointed with the set piece. Did you speak about that at half time?
I know, Cammy. The way we set up for that, it's worked for us recently.
Yep.
Because we were kind of, as we know, we're conceding an awful lot before we started changing the system for that. So again, that's something we will work on. We'll have to, because that's one of their strengths, isn't it?
I think they certainly, again, me watching the game and doing the game, they probably identified that yous were vulnerable in the ball into the box, set piece wise. Yous gave away a lot of set pieces as well.
I know, but was that just due to the fact that the pressure they were put on?
Possibly. No. I'm just making an observation that I think. No, but I think there was a lot, and not even just corners. I think he's give away fouls in dangerous areas that allows them to put the ball in the box. You mentioned how physical they are and big they are, so that's probably one of their main threats is a set piece.
Even very, very cute, as you say, very experienced. Troughton just sniffing around the goalie the whole time.
Yeah,
so he's bringing
Makes
Paul McGowan's marking him. So there's two bodies in front of the goalie.
Aye, they were
close contact,
packing the 6-yard box, and it makes it difficult for anybody to move. No, not just the goalie, the defenders to get a movement for a header clear.
Yeah.
So it's dangerous. But again, he's go 2-0 down. Luca Ross finds a bit of space down the left hand side. I thought he was a bright spark all night. I thought he was good, really positive, a willing runner. So again, the goal just comes from him wanting to take on the defender, gets past him, puts a cross in, knows there's not a lot of bodies in the box, but gets the ball in,
puts it in an area,
and McKenna makes a messy clearance and puts it in the back of the net.
I heard what you were saying on commentary. I watched it back last night actually, and I think you're right. He was trying to go bigger, wasn't he? Instead of just getting anything on it, just to put it back where it comes from.
I think his body shape wasn't right the way he was defending it, but I think when you're in that position,
just go with your left foot and put it back out.
Just put it where it's come from and deal with whether it's a corner or a throw in that you need to defend. But brilliant for Annan.
Absolutely.
Because it gave that. There was a 10-minute period after, and I mentioned it in commentary, that after they went 2-0 up, that yous were right under the cosh. They were throwing everything at it. I think they smelt blood and they wanted that third one, which would have been difficult to come back from.
Oh Christ, aye! But weathered it.
That's what I'm saying. So you've got to take the like you have shown resilience and character by weathering that storm, and then you get that goal, and then it totally flipped.
It did flip to the
massively
half time. I know it was 41 or something whenever we scored, but it was.
But even the start of the second half,
aye,
I know you
come out like a different team.
Yep,
not a different team, but we'd
much more confident.
Aye,
yep.
Plus we were going forward.
Yep.
And it looks in those games like that, Cammy. It's the team that's willing to put the play in the opposition half. Can you know? So saying you're not going to go and play sexy football and win a game like that because it's 100 mile an hour. It's where's the possession ball at the percentage ball. They were just turning us a lot of the time. I felt which we struggled with. Like say we're putting a makeshift back three.
Yeah. There's a lot of issues there.
It is what it is. You play with what we've got. But when we started doing it to them, it was happening to them as well. They were just heading out for throw-ins. We were getting up the park.
And you need to remember, like Monroe and Easton. I played with Big Easty at St Johnston and
Easty, is it? Isn't it? Big Easty.
And he was never the most mobile and no great at turning. So again,
bread and butter defender.
Aye. No, he's a good
Very
defender.
effective,
Very effective. But again, get him turning. Luca Ross running at Brian Easton or Monroe is going to cause them to all sorts of bother because they can't turn quickly. They're good at what they're good at. But again, what the weaknesses
when the game's in front of them,
and what the weakness is when somebody goes behind them and they need to turn and run back towards their own goal. So
look for the goal. That was Monroe that was marking him.
Absolutely.
He turned him inside out and managed to get the ball across.
So the start of the second half felt as if you were really positive. Yous were the team on top, and then you get that goal, set piece again, decent ball in the box. Was it who put that one in?
Well, that was a tactical genius. Willie shouted on, "Macca, you come back," and Mackenzie Stratton come back, and Ryan Muir get on the corner.
I thought it was Ryan.
So
yep.
Ryan put it in.
So it was a
flick on.
It was a good ball.
Hoops,
good ball in from Ryan. Hooper made a great run towards the front post and just guided it towards goal, and then Aiden's where he is,
Just
and it was a great reaction because. If he's not there, I think they clear it. The defender's on the line, but he just changes direction. The goalie then gets nowhere near it. So it was a great little flick, and you're right back in the game. And then for the next 10 minutes, I felt as if yous were on top again. Yous kept the momentum. They looked rocked a bit. So
naturally, though, innit?
Aye, no. Well, you're 2-0 up, and then you're pegged back to 2 each at home when you've been so good at home. You're going, what's happening here? And it kind of looked like they were all looking around at each other thinking, what's happened?
Plus the fans are on it, and it does happen, and that's underrated how much the psychological effect is in.
Massive.
It's in games like that where it's a high pressure game, let's be honest. So any psychological advantage you have, and it just might mean turn them, play, let them kick out for throw-ins, corners, whatever, high kicks, and just pump them back into there. Aye, it's good, and it really worked for us when we kind of started doing that and just giving them a bit of their own medicine, really. Yep. But like you say, then they kind of come back into it.
Well, the moment that probably changes it a lot is the Hooper sending off.
Hoops is one, aye.
Yeah. So again, there's a ball over the top. Big Jonesy, they made the sub up front. The big boy Jonesy, a big unit of a boy. He can shift as well. He ends up. I can't remember if it was just hooked on, and it looked as if it was a foot race between him. Ryan Muir was kind of there.
The first one, Hoopsies, was a book. Well, no, it wasn't. Sorry, he never got 2 yellows, did he? It was a yellow then a straight red.
Yep.
Sorry.
So I think it got hooked over
it
though.
Did, aye.
And then it ends up a foot race, and Ryan Muir and Hooper are kind of well. Ryan then I think tries to lean into him and nudge him off balance, kind of doesn't get anything on him.
Oh, that was at his knee height, right enough, wasn't it?
He tramples on him as he's running by, and then Hooper's one kind of close to him, and he has to make that decision to try and get a challenge and to try and get something on the ball. He doesn't do it. For me, he done it obviously at the right time because it was just outside the box.
Aye.
So yeah, he had a decision to make to try and go for the ball, or do you allow him to then go through and score a goal? I think you're naturally going to try and make that challenge. And I think that you get
even
right.
Again, it's easy in hindsight in slow motion. The boys has took a wee bit heavier touch, probably knowing or half expecting contact to come. And when you see it again in slow mo, he does well to cut across Hoops a wee bit.
He's
invite the contact.
His body's in a brilliant position, the guy Jones, and Hooper. As I say, you're that close to him. You don't want to let him go and have a shot, so you naturally go in for that challenge, hoping you get a toe onto the ball and you get away with it. But unfortunately, gets sent off. It was a decent area for the free kick, put it wide, and then he's kind of weathered the storm for a good bit and looked as if he's had a decent shape about yourselves. And
realistically, we just dropped one back.
Yeah,
because we went one striker.
Tam came back into centre half, and you looked quite comfortable. To be honest, I genuinely thought they looked because it almost run out of ideas. But again, touching on it, their ideas, and I think one of their big strengths is set pieces. And their next goal came from a set piece, corner, a deep one into the back post. I think you said it was Jones that headed it back. Yeah. And Monroe's there just to smash it home from a few yards. But again, that was probably the only way that at that time I could have really seen them breaking you down, was a set piece. They looked threatening at set pieces all night, I've got to say that as well.
They did, and the wee lad come on, Healy boy that come on, he was tricky, he was
good.
He was causing us some problems, which ultimately led to Busy's.
Yeah, so it's 3-2.
Double
and then
yellow or first and second.
Bislin, I don't know how you feel about this, but I made my kind of comments clear, and I still stick by them on Alba, that he gets a booking 30 seconds to a minute before it and then gets involved. I can see why he gets involved, but I think you need to be a wee bit more smarter with regards to not getting involved, because as soon as you start wrestling with a player on the ground, whether you've started it or not, you're getting a yellow card. You're already on one. So
I agree. Again, I think he probably knows that himself. He's probably got caught in frustration.
Absolutely, and I do get, and that you do get caught up, and it's just one of them ones that it is just almost a wee bit a moment of madness. He would have been frustrated. The guy's grabbed him. You naturally want to grab him, but then it's like, rein it in, because I've got a yellow. I can't afford to. If you're not on a yellow, absolutely fine. You're only going to get yellow for it, but it was just a.
What gets me is again, that's obviously should be in his forefront. I've just been booked, just fucking settle down. But like say when the boy grabs him. Right, see, I know you're saying wrestling on the floor. What is the yellow given for? Because no one gets pushed in the face. There's no real aggression towards it on one way or the other. So yes, they both get booked. So why not just no book either of them? I get that you're giving the referee a decision to make and stuff, but
I just think
wasn't much. I
don't know what the booking is now, but there will be something there. And again, they're very much like. It's like nowadays, if a group of players come together, they'll book a player from each team. Yeah, that's the way they handle it now. They're trying to disperse it as quick as possible. So again, in modern day football, I think that's always going to be a yellow card. I don't think there's any other outcome that both players get booked. If they're on the ground wrestling, grabbing each other and starting,
but it wasn't like they had each
other.
No,
I know, but they're even still wrestling. They're not meant to be grabbing each other in the shirt. They're not meant to be pushing each other. So I just think there was only ever going to be one outcome. I knew as soon as they got up, both of them were getting a yellow card, and again, Bislin's obviously on one, so it pushes down 9 men for the last few minutes. I think that was 87.
Yes.
And then there was a big moment for me was Jimmy Smith's save, and literally about maybe a minute or two left in stoppage time, crossing to the back post, and obviously he's travelling across the goal, makes himself big, the guy smashes it in, and it's a brilliant save, because
in the dick. But see, good save.
It was a
first
save.
half though, he had a couple of one-on-ones. There's a couple of one-on-one with the Nathan Austin, and then he saved another one from Nathan Austin, was a bit further out when he was about 18 yards out.
I think he had a good game. He had a really good game, a few really important saves, as you say, one-on-one. That one at the end though, I just think so vital, because if they take a 2-goal lead down, it's a different game. It's a different approach for Annan. It's a different approach for them, but it just makes it that little bit harder, because I do think there's not a lot between the teams. I think it's very, very tight
in the game, wouldn't it?
So it was a massive moment for me.
I think you're right, Cammy. Like I say, it keeps the tie wide open for us getting back into it and ultimately going and winning it. Just getting them back at Annan's the main thing, and just like you say, we're still in the tie.
Massively.
We've seen what Elgin done to us.
Massively in the tie as well, because they've got good players, right, and no disrespect to them, they've got good players, but there's nothing to fear either. So it's again, you probably learnt a lot from each. They'll have learnt a lot from Annan, you'll have learnt a lot from them. I think they're very strong at set pieces and balls into the box. If you can nullify that, stop the ball into the box, don't give away silly fouls. You've got to be quite conscious that when a team, I always remember playing against teams that were very physical, and I would be saying to my defenders, don't give away fouls. Like when you're 20, 30 yards out, don't allow them to send everybody in the box. They've got somebody who can whip a great ball into the box and allow their players to go and attack, because that's one of their strengths. If you stop and you're consciously thinking, don't give away fouls, then yes, you're going to naturally, everyone gives away fouls during the game, but then you won't give away as many, because you're thinking that's one of their key threats that we're nullifying straight away. So I think it's something that I'm pretty sure Willie and the management and the rest of the coaching staff will be aware of, that they are, because they are physical. Yeah,
and big. And I don't think they'll change their game plan either, if I'm going to be honest. Why would they?
No.
So you just have to expect that it's going to come from the very start, and just try and counter that with their own stuff.
No, I met, we had the big boy Monroe got man of the match, and he came over and we asked him if they would change their game plan with being a goal up, and he said no, we need to play the exact same way, go and try and win the game. So I think it'll be a good game.
Be exciting game again, I think.
Very exciting game. I mean, touch on the issues that Annan have got. Obviously, Willie missed the game.
Yes.
Massive miss through suspension.
Big miss for us,
huge miss. Tommy Muir didn't make the game. Tommy Goss, didn't make the game. Obviously, now I don't know the situation with Hooper, if he'll be available or not. I'm unsure how that red card, if it automatically goes into this game or if it's hopefully it's for next season. So there's a few issues there, but again, it allows opportunities for guys, which a few of them played really well on Tuesday that haven't been playing all the time. So it allows opportunities for other guys to come in.
Absolutely. And again, we've got one game left. Willie's got to make that decision to put the team on the part that he thinks is going to do the job, and we'll look to the bench.
Yep.
You know what I mean? To strengthen and to freshen up as and when. I think you just got to go out there, not get too horny, and just stay in the game the first fucking 20 minutes, because you know it's got to come. If we can nick a goal, absolutely brilliant. But don't feel like we have to.
No, you've got 90 minutes to win the game.
Exactly. You're no out of the tie. That's the main thing. You're still in it. Get them back to Galabank and hopefully do the business.
I think it's about being aggressive, feel the emotion of the game, but then you've got to have that sort of ice cool head that, again, as you say, you don't go chasing it from minute one. You don't need to. You've got 90 minutes to score 2 goals to then get you through and stay in League One, keep your status as a League One team. So I think it's just about that controlled emotion as well. So it's because it is going to be an emotional night. It's going to be high pressure, high intensity. There's going to be nervous moments. There's going to be close calls. There's going to be big decisions, but you need to make sure them big decisions go your way. Don't allow the referee to dictate anything that happens in this game. Make sure you've got 11 men on the pitch, the best way to win a game. So again, that's where it's got to be a little bit controlled. You've got to be up for it. You've got to be ready to go, which I'm sure all the guys will be, but you've still got to have a clear mind of what your game plan is and stick to it.
Well, if you're not up for a game like this, you're in the wrong sport, aren't you?
Be brilliant. And like again, I've played in 2 playoff finals. Obviously, everyone will remember the Motherwell
one. To stay up though, or to go up?
To go up.
Have you ever been in one to stay up?
I've never been one to stay up. No, I've been one to go up. But again, you're obviously playing the team that were we were playing Motherwell, who were coming down with Rangers, and then Dundee United were playing Hamilton, who were coming down. So that's obviously similar games, and the pressure that's on them there's huge amount of pressure. But you've got to enjoy it. You've got to enjoy these games, and that's what you play for. You want to play in these big games. There'll be a massive crowd, hopefully.
It's a different element to it, I suppose, when you're, for instance, East Fife in this situation, because you're looking to go up. Whereas if you're Rangers, the pressure's on you anyway. When you were there in that game, the pressure would be naturally on you because Rangers are trying to go back into the
league,
in the Premier League.
And again, though, I feel like they feel like cup finals. That's what they do feel like. They genuinely, especially the last one, the final game. The final game feels like a cup final, and it's even got that when you get defeated. I was on the losing end twice. The Motherwell game, we got hammered over the whole thing, but then the Dundee United one was only 1-0 over the 2 ties, and it feels like a defeat in a cup final. Like that's what you're deflated. It's tough, but then on the other end, if you win it, it'll be so special as well. Because it's a massive achievement, and it's so close for all the players as well. You're kind of like, do you know what? Just hopefully they embrace it. Hopefully they take the opportunity and go and get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our first time at an Athletics that we're in a playoff to stay up. Obviously, last year we narrowly missed out on the playoffs, didn't we? Just at the last game of the season to stay out with them. But it's been a different situation this year being in them, but. Yeah, where we are. It is what it is, because it is a cup final, like you're saying.
But ultimately, the end goal can be the exact same as last season.
Exactly.
That you stay in the league. So it's still...
And that will be a massive achievement.
Massive achievement.
Just by injuries and the season and whatever. That's huge for the club, for the region probably. Let's be honest. Look with the Queen's aspect of things. And it's really, really, really big carrot dangling there for us to stay up. Like, aye.
You've got the players to do it as well. That's certainly. I mentioned it in commentary that they were talking about me being from Annan and seeing a bit of Annan this season. I said, like, probably for me, what I've seen is, yes, there's circumstances. There's been a lot of injuries this season to key players as well, which absolutely hurts them. We've spoken about this on here a number of times. Consistency's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for Annan, because you've went and beat the best team in the league.
Yep.
You've went to Inverness and won, which is a difficult venue to go. That when they needed to win that game, you've beat Cove. You've beat all these. You've beat Queen of the South.
Yep.
You've beat most of the teams in the league. So it's kind of like it's just that consistency that you need to find. But so this is where I think it's positive that you have got a big performance in you. Absolutely, you've shown it so many times this season against, no disrespect to East Fife, better teams than East Fife.
Absolutely.
So there's no reason that you can't go out and get one of them big performances tomorrow night and make sure that Annan are in League One.
Absolutely, and then what a celebration it'll be.
Oh, we'll be there.
We'll be there with bloody bells on.
Buckets of beers hanging off us.
The shout was you were buying the first round.
Just put that in the club's tab. It'll be, and hopefully all the fans get behind. That's a big one, because it's not even just saying it. The support for the players
is so important.
Huge.
Oh, it's massive.
Make it feel hostile for the East Fife fans. Don't be nasty in a nice way, in controlled manner. But be nasty at them. Don't let them be comfortable coming down to Gallowbank. We want Annan to stay in the league. So, as I say, within the rules, be as nasty as you can.
Hard as possible for them.
Don't, as I say, the amount of times I went to games, you've been in games, and you're like, this crowd's wild, this crowd's wild, like, making me a wee bit, didn't want to take a throw in over there, or go and get the ball for a goal kick. Do that to them, make the goalie a wee bit nervous. He's a young goalie.
Absolutely.
He's on loan from Hearts, so that's all part of it, and I think the fans have got a part to play.
Exactly, and like you read it on Facebook, social media and stuff like that, a lot of things have fans haven't agreed with or been disgruntled at, whatever. That's done. It's done. It's bigger than that now. You're fans of the club. We're all fans of the club. Just let's come out and back them. And it's important. Come out and back us. I mean, forget about everything else that's happened in the past. This is what it's about, survival here. So fucking
and it'll be a great day as well. I think that the atmosphere, the game, it's so close, two decent teams, they'll be going at it, and they'll know how important it is for both their clubs. So I think
you're doing photos and signing session, aren't you? Sorry, singing session. You'll be up in the gantry.
I'll be in the gantry. Hopefully it's a wee bit warmer. It was cold at East Fife on Tuesday. A wee bit windy up there.
I did see the nipples coming through.
Did you? Come through my eyes.
Through the shirt.
I'll be up there commentating, hopefully cheering on Annan at the end, because I was there the last time, obviously, when you got up, so it was great to be involved in that, and hopefully it can be more of the same, more joy tomorrow night. But as we said, all the fans, please get to the game, support the club, get behind the boys, because it is so important that everyone's behind the team tomorrow and the club, and hopefully we can just get over the line.
Absolutely. Like saying, be part of the celebration if and when it happens. When it happens.
Yep. Get a
positive mental attitude.
In the club.
In the
big
club.
Party.
Yep. Brilliant.
Aye. Anything else?
Got to finish on a high, Cammy.
You got to sing like?
That'd be a low.
Right, well, good luck to Annan tomorrow night. Gallowbank, 7:30. 7:30 kick-off. Get yourselves there, get supporting the club. We'll be there. Peter will certainly be on the sideline. I'll be in the gantry supporting all the boys. So please go up and support the club. And once again, anything else to say, Pete? No, to finish with?
Absolutely not. Brilliant.
Great. Right.
And are we doing another show after this?
Yes, we will do a show next week on the back of the end of the season roundup. This was the Black and Gold playoff special, so we'll do an end of season roundup. Great.
Yeah, we'll talk about the same sort of stuff we just spoke about, won't we? Just
Round up the same shite we just
round up this one. Round up the roundup.
No, thanks again for joining us on the Black and Gold playoff special, and good luck to Annan on Friday night. Come on, Annan!